Okay, what am I going to be looking for today? We're going to start off on NASDAQ, and I'm not actually going to look at gold or the euro because I'm not going to trade either of those two things at the moment. I probably won't trade them for a few days at least. Definitely, probably not until next week. So today I'm only going to be looking at NASDAQ and S&P 500. So let's start as I normally do on the daily time frame and get the understanding of the high time frame picture. So what have we had? We had a breaker structure at that low. And then when you've had that breaker structure, what are you looking for? You're looking for liquidity or the bump in the road over here. A few days ago, we grabbed that and then started pushing lower. And then you can scale into the 4 hour and look at what have we got here. We had another breaker structure. And then again, you're looking for liquidity. We had this liquidity over here. Yesterday, price soared up, grabbed it, and now you can expect lower prices. However, there is one more thing that we have, which makes me think we could push higher, is that on NASDAQ, we still have these equal highs, which is going to be a liquidity target. So whilst on the 4 hour, we have grabbed internal liquidity, we have come back up the premium, and then in theory, we could be looking really good to go short. If you look on the daily time frame, we have those two equal highs, and we are still in discount of the daily range, which is why I don't think I can be 100% sure that you should only be looking for short positions today. So whilst my bias does lean towards the fact that you should be looking for shorts, you need some confirmation. Now, what would that confirmation look like? Well, it depends on what type of trader you are. I am a ICT trader, so my confirmation will be an ICT confluence, and that is this 4 hour fair value gap. If we inverse this fair value gap, I might even be tempted to run a swing position towards this lower low down here, this one that's been marked out over there. But what I'm also looking to do on an intraday basis is to see if we can get a bearish swing failure pattern on either of these two highs over here. And if we had that bearish swing failure pattern, scale into the 5 minute, look for an entry model, and target some shorts down to the bottom of the range. But as I said, you need some sort of confirmation. So a 4 hour inverse fair value gap or a bearish swing failure pattern would be that confirmation for me. Otherwise, if you're just going to go short because we've taken internal liquidity, then it's a lot riskier and you may end up getting stopped out. But then I don't marry my bias. I'm not going to say I'm only going to trade short today because high time frame makes me think we're going to eventually go lower. What I'll also look out for is if we took out this low and had a bullish swing failure pattern, I would look for longs back up towards these two highs. I probably wouldn't trade any higher because, again, my high time frame bias is bearish, so I wouldn't go any higher than that. But I would be willing to trade long to those two highs. On ES, there is something which makes me think that we could go higher, at least short term, for a swing failure pattern, or maybe even throughout the rest of today, is we have this set of 4 descending highs on ES. Now, you can view this as just a bearish SMT and use that as another confluence to fuel a short. But I also think that we could see these highs get swiped and then push lower in the end. So that is what I am looking for. Just to sum that up, I'm expecting lower prices, but doesn't mean I'm absolutely 100% sure they're going to happen. So I'll be looking to either spot a swing failure pattern at these highs and get in short, or maybe have a short-term buy position if you get a bullish swing failure pattern. So that's all I'm going to be looking for. Interesting to see if any of those happen. I quite like this setup, and I actually do quite like this setup from a swing perspective. So hopefully we get something go our way today. But if not, then we'll move on and we'll try and get something else.